um, that I have that corresponds directly to what the woman was saying. So I just want to read a little bit of one. It's called Pity Parties and Murphy's Law. This came about because I had had a car accident. The strangest thing happened to me. I found myself at a party I didn't ask to go to and wanted no part of. The party began in the waiting room of the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. I had just been involved in another accident and I was seeking treatment for my son. I was looking so pitiful, the doctor told my son, let's hurry up and get you some help so we can help your mother. Pity parties, and a pity party is when you can make yourself so miserable, you don't need help from your worst enemy, because you have done the job better than they ever could. You refuse all help to make things better because, excuse the cliche, you're as comfortable as a pig in mud. All you want is for someone to agree with you and tell you how terrible life is treating you. And if they can show you different ways of how much pitiful you are in seventh heaven. Along with the pity parties goes Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law is that law that says if something goes wrong, if something can go wrong, it will. Once something bad happens to you, the pity party begins, and Murphy's Law seems to be the only other guess. So I don't want to go on to read all of it, but that's some of the stuff that I talked about for myself. The other thing that I just wanted to share with you, when she was talking about sayings to keep yourself strong, the one that I have is, and this is from the introduction, I don't have time to sit on a couch or lay on one in some psychiatrist's office crying about what has happened to me. If anyone told you life is fair, they lie. Bad guys prosper and good guys lose, but it's all part of life. So you have to keep on struggling to survive. If it's not harder than the middle passage, you have no right to give up. You get 15 minutes tops for crying, and after that, deal with it. And for those of you who don't know what the middle passage is, that was when the slave ships were coming from Africa to America. That was considered the middle passage, and millions of people were lost in that passage. So if our ancestors could survive that, whatever I'm going through is nothing.
Peanuts.
You know, because if you've ever seen a diagram of the slave ship, it looks like stick figure, it looks like sticks. And that's how they laid the slaves on their side to jam them in so that they could bring them in. So if they could survive that, you have no right to complain. You better get busy. So I wanted to share a little bit about some of the self-inspection, and I just want to read a couple of the poems. One of the things that I know about self-talk is negative self-talk is that if you keep it going, you can become very bitter. And so this poem is called Bitchy Mood, because I was just determined to get all of that stuff out. And it's called Bitchy Mood. I'm in an awful, bitchy mood. I'm in a constant state of turmoil. I can't seem to stand anyone but me, which suits me just fine. I don't want a husband or a lover. They're just too much trouble right now. I want to be able to come home to me and mine and positively no one else. I don't want a man in my bed, my bathroom, my kitchen, or my living room. I don't want to deal with anyone else's feelings but my own. I want to come in, change clothes, let my hair down, figuratively speaking, of course, and relax in my own way. I'll handle my bills, my problems, my fears by myself. I don't want anyone's help right now. If I fall on my face, that's fine too, because it's my face and I'll pick myself up. I don't want to, have time to, or need to deal with anyone else's problems, errors in judgment, or just downright stupidity right now. I'm tired of being the good guy who doesn't complain when things aren't going right. I don't want to change you, direct you, lead you, or guide you. I simply want you to be responsible for your judgments. I don't want to say I told you so or hold it back. I just don't want to be around the next time something else goes wrong. I've tried to understand you, comfort you, listen to you, and be there for you. But I can't do that in the way I did before. I simply want you to wake up and see what you're doing, because I can't allow you to do it to me anymore. It seems the only way I can make you wake up to what you're doing to yourself is to let you wake up without me around. I'm willing to wait for you, but I can't if you won't change your ways. I hope you keep realizing, I keep hoping you will wake up and realize what is going on before I go, because I can't take it anymore, and soon I will leave. I think you're beginning to realize I'm serious as I begin to keep my distance from your dreams that never materialize because of something somebody else did or didn't do, or the little faith I show in promises made but never kept. Please understand, I don't hate you or think you're not trying, but there comes a time when you have to admit that someone else's attempts, no matter how costly to that person, are simply not enough for you.
I liked it.
Yes, beautiful.
Now, I left a 14-year relationship. I heard you say 27, so I have similar understanding of the emotions that you were going through. But after a while, you do get lonely and you begin to seek out relationships or individuals. And I was very cautious about it. And I had a friend who I was I was interested in him. And he said, well, what are you looking for? And I thought about it, and that's how this poem came about. It's called A Lover and a Friend. He asked me, what are you searching for? And after searching deep inside myself, I said, I am searching for a lover who is gentle and sensitive. I am searching for one who can understand what I went through in leaving a 14-year relationship and what I have to go through to recover from it. I need someone who will allow me to recover in my own way and time. I need someone who understands that coming through my front door does not automatically lead to my bedroom. I am looking for someone who understands I need more than a one-night stand, but less than to death do us part. I need an experienced lover, big brother, who can be a teacher to me, as my experience with men has been limited. I need a friend who would allow me to cry on his shoulder or call him in the middle of the night to talk when I find it hard to be alone or to just hold me when I need it. I need a friend I can laugh with and spend good times with. I need someone to take long walks with me on moonlit nights on the beach, to go to the movies with, to soak in a tub with, listening to music, and enjoy listening to each other. I am looking for all of this, or to put it simply, I am looking for a lover and a friend.
That's nice.
One more?
One more.
Sounds good.
One of the things that I learned, like she was saying through the exercise, one of the things that I learned when I write my poetry is it gives me a chance to self-reflect and to really take a look at, an objective look at what I'm doing. And so when I started doing this, I realized I really wasn't ready for a relationship. And it took me a while before I finally found somebody. But in the meantime, I also am taking a look around, because I do parenting training and self-esteem training. That's how Darlita and I are being able to work together. And so one of the things that I'm recognizing is that a lot of individuals today are not taking a look at whether or not someone is good for them. They just want somebody by their side as opposed to somebody that's really good for them. When she talks about your cheerleaders, you know, and so this is a poem called Good Guys. There are good brothers out there waiting for us, but we have to stop accepting the bad ones simply because we don't want to be alone. There are good brothers out there, but in order for them to multiply, we have to stop acting as if they don't exist. We have to stop honoring, accepting the bad guys who slap us around, leave us with babies and go, force drugs into our bodies and our bodies onto the street. We have to stop accepting lies and deal with painful truths. We have to know that it is easier to deal with nights alone inside ourselves than it is to wait for bruises and broken bones to mend. We have to stop dissing ourselves in order for them to love us, allowing them to call us out of our name, giving them our bodies whenever and wherever they want it, and burying our minds, spirits, and sanity just to keep them around. We have to believe there are good guys who simply want to walk and hold hands, listen to us and tell us about dreams and possibilities, accept every part of us and still treat us like treasures. We have to believe that we deserve the best man God ever produced, don't have to go it alone without real support, can find life mates who understand that good men, husbands, provide financially and spiritually. We have to help make good men strong by acknowledging, believing that good men are not rarities, but commonplace, real, not childhood fantasies. We have to love them right and help them correct their faults without killing their spirit. We have to mean it, believe it when we say we deserve the best, and be consistent, persistent about not accepting less. We have to teach our sons to be good men even when there is no one else to do it. We have to teach our daughters to accept nothing less than good men. We have to stop accepting bad guys because we're tired of waiting for good guys, because they are worth the wait. And anyone can tell you that anything that is worthwhile is worth waiting for.
Wonderful.